out there, all the options that are out there, which could be very overwhelming, we first look at the individual. So what are the needs and desires of that specific individual? And when I talk about needs and desires in travel coaching, I do not mean the interests and preferences or past preferences of that of the traveler. So I'm not talking about do they enjoy nightlife? Do they prefer Hilton hotels versus Hyatt hotels? Do they prefer a certain type of airline? Um, Laura said, I had a member of my Facebook group talk about analysis paralysis yesterday as her biggest pain point when planning family vacations. Yes, absolutely, exactly. I mean, it's a thing. There's so many options out there, right? So if we can look at planning travel differently, like we do in travel coaching, it helps people get closer and quicker to the experiences and the options, the solutions that they're looking for, without going the route of the overwhelm. And so being able to going back to the needs and desires of the traveler, what we always hear in travel is the very typical. Do they like beaches? Do they like shopping? What are the interests? What are the likes? That's not what I talk about when I talk about needs and desires of the travelers in travel coaching. The true needs and desires of travelers are going to be, what are their motivating factors for travel? What are they really looking for? What are they really in need of? What is driving them to want to get away? What are they trying to get away from? What are they trying to go towards, right? Every time we go on a trip, we are looking for something different. There's a different reason for why we are looking to, book a trip. So whether we are currently, more in a more stressful state. We are overwhelmed with our busy life and our job, and we haven't been putting ourselves first. Or maybe next time we're going on a business trip, and this time we have the intention or the task to be more productive and to close a sale or to, build a connection, a relationship with a potential client. Maybe the next time we are, experiencing loss or grief or something big in our life has happened, we are a different persona every single time that we go on a trip. Therefore, we have to treat travel planning the same way. We cannot only look at past preferences or past booking decisions to predict future ones of that individual traveler. We are a different persona. So when I talk about experience or destination matching, that is, let's flip it around, and instead of saying, Paris is a great place to go to, or look at this beautiful beach, you should go here, book now. And then later people have the experiences or make realizations about that place and destination. Let's turn that over. So first, let's say, what are you really looking for, and what are you in need of? Who are you as a human being? How do you want to feel during this trip? How do you want to feel after the trip? What do you want your life to look like? We can pull all of this self-awareness to the surface and help our travelers, our clients understand and recognize these things about themselves of, why do I really want to go on a trip? What am I actually looking for? Maybe I need to, hi Brandy, why am I looking to get away? How do I really want to feel in my life about myself, with my mental well-being, my spiritual well-being, what's really happening, and how can travel be used? How can this trip be used as a tool to help me reach those goals, to reach those aspirations, which it obviously can. It totally can. We see terms like transformative travel tossed around a lot. We hear meaningful, purposeful, slow travel, responsible travel, transformative travel, all fall under the category of, wellness, right? Transformation itself is wellness. We are boosting our mental, our emotional, our social, our spiritual well-being, our emotional well-being. all through travel, there's a lot of proof around this. There's a lot of research, and the changes, the evolution of what's happening in the travel industry with all of these buzzwords points directly to this, of travel being used as a vessel or tool, a medium for change, for healing, for self-discovery, for professional development, for personal growth, and more. So in the world of travel coaching, let's take let's instead of talking about a certain destination or talking about experience, or meaning, visit museums or, do some water sports, let's turn that around and say, well, this individual, this traveler is in need of inner healing, of time to themselves, of, figuring out, they're at a crossroads of their life and they need the space to get clear on what's their next steps in life, or they've experienced the loss of a loved one and they are lacking the motivation for and purpose moving forward. They need that inspiration. All these things travel can provide us with, but in order to achieve a transformation through travel, we have to be aware of, how do we want to change? What are we looking for? We don't need to have the answers because we don't know those answers yet. We don't know how travel is going to do that for us. We don't know how a destination or the people we meet or the cultures we immerse in or the experiences we have are going to do that to us. We don't have those answers yet. But we have the awareness of what we are in need of. So these are the true needs and desires of travelers, of your ideal clients, and getting to know those can make a much bigger impact on the planning and booking phase of a trip. So even though in the world of travel coaching, we don't book trips, there are many travel agents in the Travel Coach Network who combine travel coaching with their services to help people through that process as well. But let's think about only just the trip planning phase here. So if you're helping someone, empower them and guide them towards what kind of travel experiences, what kind of destinations, what kind of trip they should go on. Understanding them on a human level, understanding them as a human being, and their needs and desires. Now you can say, well, maybe you need to spend more time in nature. Maybe because being in green spaces or blue spaces, because research has shown can help you, get that mental clarity that you're looking for to, have that space to self-reflect. Maybe you need a task of journaling to get your thoughts out, to, get everything that's going through your mind out on paper and in front of you so you can really see, what's going on internally. Maybe it's you need to go to a place that's a little bit more off the beaten path, not in the hustle bustle of a big city. Maybe all that noise is too overwhelming for you, and it's time that you need to go somewhere where you're amongst the locals and you can immerse yourself into the culture and have a change in environment and allow yourself the time to heal and get new perspectives on things. These are all things we know travel can do for us, but how can a travel experience be so transformative when we're not aware of what we're in need of and how we can use that, and things just happen, and we are, in the moment, we're like, wow, this is amazing. This is happening to me. This trip is fantastic. But then we go back home and we go back to our normal life and we're doing the same thing. We're the same person. We're the same routine. We're the same mindset. We're the same habits. And nothing has changed. And now we're just in this cycle of, can't wait to go on the next trip. We have anxiety till we go on to our next trip. We hear it all the time. People, especially in the corporate space, who get only a certain amount of time of vacation time, and they're like, now they're back in the funk again because their trip is over and now they have to wait towards the end of the year or next year for their next trip, right? So instead, why don't we help our clients, our travelers, which we do in travel coaching, use travel, their experiences, as a way to reach those certain goals? And in order to do that, it starts with, instead of just planning a generic of giving all these options out there, or generic options or popular options, have if terms like being tailored or personalized or customized is so popular in the travel space. Let's really put meaning to that. And that needs to look like, you know what, that means getting to know them, that individual, during that time of their life, of what are they truly in need of, and then saying this type of destination and this type of experience would best suit your needs based off of the goals and aspirations that you have out of this trip, right? So that's what I mean by destination or experience matching in the world of travel coaching. So I'll give an example here. Hi everyone, drop